The West's current attempts to negotiate a way to protect the Strait of Hormuz for energy shipping have been hard, with Iran essentially blocking the whole of the strait. At such a time, another past precedent of this serves as a reminder. A special effort in the Red Sea that started years earlier cost billions of dollars and ultimately failed against the Yemen's Houthis. Iran's threat to the strait and its attacks on energy infrastructure in nearby Gulf nations have sent oil prices soaring, and the West, in this regard, would need to act soon to have the Strait of Hormuz reopen. There is no substitute to the Strait of Hormuz. It is the world strait under the international law and practical reality, said the Kuwaiti Petroleum CEO Sheikh Nawaz Saad Al Sabah in a fiery video call streamed to the Kira Week Energy Conference. The United Nations Security Council members on Tuesday were negotiating resolutions for protecting the strait, with some nations such as Bahrain taking a forceful stance that would authorize the use of all necessary means to protect the strait. Things are escalating, but this does not necessarily equate to a resolution. Meanwhile, Reuters interviewed 19 security and maritime experts who described the myriad challenges facing the US and its allies in protecting the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has far more advanced military forces than the Houthis and arsenal of cheap drones, floating mines and missiles, and easy access from its steep mountainous coast to the narrow waterway. The costly Red Sea experience acts as a reminder to the Western forces of their current endeavor. 4 Allied ships were sunk and more than $1 billion in weapons expended, and it still remains a route that shipping industry largely avoids. With this in context, the problem at the Strait of Hormuz is more aggravated, with Iran clearly a more formidable adversary than the Houthis. In the prior crisis, the Allies shot hundreds of drones and missiles, but Houthis still sank 4 ships between 2004 and 2005. The pathway is still not considered safe, and many opt for a much longer voyage around the Horn of Africa. The danger zone around the Strait of Hormuz is up to 5 times bigger than the Houthis' attack area around the Bab al-Mandeb Strait that flows into the Red Sea. Unlike the Houthis, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is a professional military with its own weapons factories and access to funding. Providing escorts for the strait would require as many as a dozen large warships, such as the destroyers backed by the jets, drones, and helicopters, to account for the limitations created by the lack of space to maneuver, some military experts said. In such circumstances, the task is enormous and far more complex than one seen prior in the Red Sea.